Wow. What a bloody fantastic year I have had. Welcome back to James's studio and to the final instalment on the apprenticeship series where we talk about the end of the apprenticeship scheme. Let's just get straight into it. So, on the 4th of October, the BBC production apprenticeship scheme officially finished for me, and I am no longer part of the BBC. Still a bit bittersweet for me, but don't be sad, don't be upset, just be happy because I do have a new job, still in television, still making great TV. So that is all very exciting, and my BBC days are not over, not by a long way. I will be back on certain productions, no doubt. But let's talk about the scheme, and it's really quite emotional for me to just reflect on the last 12 months of my life. Something I wanted to do throughout the scheme was get as much memorabilia and things like that as I could throughout the year, and I did. I made it very clear I wanted to collect cue cards. Wanting to be a presenter, cue card is just a vital tool to a presenter, and I did it. I now, on my wall just up there, I have Strictly Come Dancing Series 16, Comic Relief, Eurovision, Glastonbury, Strictly Come Dancing Series 17, and finally later with Jules Holland. Now, the question that everybody wants to know and everyone always asks me is, what was your favourite placement? And a part of me is holding back because I don't want to say it, because first of all, I don't want to offend anyone, because I have thoroughly enjoyed every single bit. Like, every placement has just gone from strength to strength. Like, it's just changed my life. But I do have a favourite, and I know a lot of you want me to say Strictly. However, it was Eurovision. And the reason it was Eurovision for me was because I had so much responsibility being a researcher. There's just something about you finding all of the information for a TV show, and that is what is used on telly. It was such a nice moment for me to just sit in the gallery and just tick off the facts as Graham Norton read them out. Like, there's just this immense feeling of pride you get that I did. I mean, I got it on Strictly with my Charleston concept for Stacey and Kevin, and I got it at Comic Relief with me being in the VTs, and I got it at Glastonbury when I was meeting amazing people and seeing, like, I got to see Miley Cyrus. But I don't know, there was just something about Eurovision, and I put so much work into, I took so much pride in creating the briefing packs that I did make. I don't know, for me it was my standout one, and obviously I got to stand in for Rylan as well, which was fantastic. I got to, like, be a presenter, which is something that I have always wanted to do more than what I already have done. Like, I've got my own TV series already, and it gave me the buzz, so it's always something I'm going to want to try and pursue where possible. But, so yeah, Eurovision was fantastic, but in the, like I mentioned, so many, like, I came up with the concept for the Charleston for Strictly, for Stacey and Kevin, like, what? That is crazy, and it got used, and I'm just an apprentice. Well, not anymore, honey, I am no longer an apprentice, I am officially a runner, production runner, or whatever you want to call it, for all your running needs. You're welcome. Comic Relief, that was such a crazy time for me. I'd just come off the high of Christmas, my sister's pregnant, due for, like, the end of Comic Relief. It was all very exciting, and then I get to be very spontaneously in one of the in fact, no, in the two biggest sketches that we did, the Mamma Mia 2 and The Bodyguard, and I had quite a big role in The Bodyguard, like, and that was not planned, that was never intentional, that was very last minute, and an opportunity that, as an apprentice, was like a big shock to get, and it was incredible. And then I go to Eurovision, and I get to meet someone who actually is an idol to me, and I'm not afraid to say, like, I do look up to Rylan by about a centimetre, because he's like a centimetre taller than me, but that's not the point. He has got an incredible career. When you think about where he started on X Factor to where he is now, how can you not, like, respect that? That is making the most out of every opportunity given to you, and honestly, I'm so proud of him. And like, I got to work with him again briefly on the Strictly launch, and he remembered me, which was really nice. He's just a nice guy. Words, like, this year, wow, it's crazy. Like, I have met so many incredible people, like, you will not believe, like, my words, like Billy Ray Cyrus, Lewis Capaldi, Take That, Michael Bublé, Jess Glynn, Rita Ora, Emily Sandé. The list just goes on of people. Richard Madden, Sue Perkins, Miranda Hart, David Tennant, David Williams. Like, oh my God, like, how has little old me from Grimsby made it to the big city, working on, how many, 5 huge TV shows, and being trusted to look after, like, some pretty famous people? What? This is mental, like, and it's gone so fast, like, so incredibly quickly, but I wouldn't change a thing. One of the questions I also get asked quite a bit is about how it's been moving away from home. And honestly, first of all, I shared a bedroom with my 13-year-old brother at the time. It was a blessing in disguise. However, my sister was pregnant when I moved out. She was engaged. Lots of big family moments were coming up, and I was going to be in London for them. So I had to make sure that I could come back for that. But do you know what? As much fun as it was to move out and all of that, it was sad missing out on those opportunities. It has been the making of me. Like, I was already fiercely independent anyway, but now I think as well, I appreciate being back home a lot more, and my friends and family appreciate me a lot more. Like, they don't just have me around all the time like they used to. So when I am back, we actually have a lot better quality time together, which is so nice. And it's been interesting because you see which people are fake. People come out of the woodworks and they try and, like, now that you're doing quite well, want to all of a sudden be friends. And I'm like, sit down, Patricia. You were a bitch in school. No. But I'm never going to let that dampen me. Like, when I think, right, another, like, crazy thing that's happened on this scheme is I have lived in London now for a year. I have done one night out in London, like, properly, that did not involve celebrities. That sentence to come out of my mouth, what? Like, it was so nice. The other day, I took my boyfriend to the Strictly Movies Week, and I got to give him the opportunity to meet one of his idols, Michelle Visage, and to see him just be overwhelmed with her celebrity, and for him to be starstruck was so nice for me, because in this last year I have become numb to the whole celebrity world. Like, it takes a lot. Like, it'd have to be Miley Cyrus or Demi Lovato to literally make me freak out. But it's nice for me when we're working with contributors or general public or just like my friends and family, for them to get super excited about the people I'm working with or whatever, it's very humbling to me that, wow, this is my job. It was quite sad on the 4th of October being the last day, because I had to say goodbye to so many incredible people. Like, the teams that I was working with were phenomenal people. Like, honestly, some of the kindest, most caring and funny people. And the last email I received was from a co-worker. I was getting a bit emotional. I was like, right, I've set my out of office up saying that I've left the BBC now. I'm redirecting all emails. And she was like, okay, bro, I am going to just send you one last email though. And I'm sat there thinking, literally, I'm leaving the BBC in 2 minutes time and you're sending me another. And it was the kindest email, just to say a massive thank you and that I'm the best apprentice that she's seen, like that she's worked with. And I was just like, that meant so much that was my last email. And it's just the little things like that, like the human connections you make. It's not just what amazing show you work on, but the people you work with that are, like, not necessarily even like the famous people, but like they were pretty cool, and like I have made some famous connections. But that's not the point. I've made a lot more connections with crew, runners, producers, made a name for myself in the industry, which little old me, when I failed my A-levels and the guy at Franklin College turned around to me and said, do you want to do media? I was like, I hated media at school. Why would I want to do media? Thank God he encouraged me to do it, because I would not be sat here in London in a motherfucking sparkly jacket, living my best life, having accomplished so much in the last 12 months that I am so incredibly proud of. And I cannot wait for what the future holds. Like, I thought doing the music room was such a thrill. It was phenomenal. It was so exciting for me to have my name in the credits. And that was just local TV. I have had my name in 3 of the Strictly Come Dancing credits and 3 of the live broadcasts. Oh my God, I can't even speak. For Eurovision. And I'm just little old me. And if I've taken anything from this last year, it's that anything is possible. And all you've got to do is believe in yourself. And even if you don't believe in yourself, just motherfucking fake it, because that's what I did. This bitch was offered BBC News. BBC News don't let you wear sparkly jackets to work, unfortunately. I mean, I'm sure they would, but it would be a little bit frowned upon. I am entertainment, but I believed that news might not have been for me, but I believed that I could still go ahead and get that job. And I did. And not only did I get the job, but I managed to open the door for myself, which then led to me swapping and working in entertainment for the last 12 months and going on to do some incredible things, which I'm super excited about. So yeah. If you've watched this series and you are still undecided on if this scheme is worthwhile doing, hell yeah. It may be tough sometimes. You will do long hours. The pay could be better when you think about some of the responsibilities you have, but my CV is phenomenal now, and put a price on that. A year ago I was working in a milkshake bar, pretty damn miserable. And now I work and live in London making television. So yeah, take that jump, make that leap of faith, believe in yourself, even if it is fake belief. Go and do it. because I did it. Thank you so much for watching this series. I hope it's inspired you. I wish I had a series of videos like this before I applied. But you know what? Everything happens for a reason, and I hope this will help you in whatever way. Thank you for all the love and support on the journey. Whether you joined at the start of the journey with Diane 2, love you all, or whether you are just joining now, thank you. It means so much, all of the kind words, and I get so many messages asking about the scheme and tips, and I will always be there to answer them, even though I'm no longer on the scheme. I will do my best to answer based on my experience. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye bye.